Cozmik UV. It's the third one for the day, man. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you put on your notifications. And look, if y'all gonna subscribe, make sure you subscribe and you really bang with my material. You really fuck with me, cause I'm gonna tell you right now, Cozmik UV is not a platform where we gonna whitewash you. We ain't gonna blackwash you. We ain't gonna propagandize you. You hear me? We ain't gonna tell you what you want to fucking hear. You hear me? So this not one of them platforms, fam. You know what I mean? This platform will grow on authenticity and, you know, the utmost truths and things of that nature, and knowledge yourself and things of that nature. Because I be seeing my subscribers fluctuate in numbers. Y'all be wanting to y'all want to unsubscribe because you still indoctrinated. So I'm gonna tell you right now, if you still indoctrinated or you triggered by your indoctrinations, this is definitely not the motherfucking channel for you. Because again, we are not coddling a motherfucking body. You hear me? Just because you fit your indoctrinated ass narrative. I keep telling you fuck niggas that shit. I keep telling you that. So if you've been rocking with me for years, I am not gonna coddle or intellectually enable you niggas any longer. Like it's just not happening over here. All right, so it's plenty of platforms that does that shit for you. You feel me? But it's just not gonna be this one. All right. Hope all is well. Hope all is well. Hope all is well. Time and space will tell. You know what I'm saying? We gonna talk about this Trump administrative, you know, Section 8 stuff, all the Section 8 stuff, you hear me, / policies and the effects on black women, black people, whatever. All right, so let me go and share this out, and then we're gonna see what it's all about. All right. And by the way, I be seeing this, you know, you constantly coming in watching. If you constantly coming in and consistently coming in watching, make sure you share, make sure you support. It's no need to consistently come to my channel or watch the show or whatever, you know what I'm saying, if you're not gonna actually participate. You know, that's some stalker shit. You probably one of my exes or some shit, and you just don't want to let me know it's you, or you know, somebody that didn't work out with or some shit, and now you just want to stalk my page and shit and not say shit. Oh man, I be peeping all that little shit, fam. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to be in here, at least participate. You know what I'm saying? Salute the Empress star. Always participate. Shine for the near shine. You know what I'm saying? And anyone else that actually participates, shares, donates, writes comments, etc. All right? Let's get into this Section 8 stuff, man. Because, you know, I don't know if you know it or you don't know it, but we going to glow it. Okay, here's what's happening regarding the Trump's administration, recent Section 8 housing choice voucher, etc. policy changes, and how it shifts could particularly impact black women and families who disproportionately rely on these housing supports. Disproportionately, you hear that? So this gonna contribute. So ladies, a lot of y'all have a whole lot of important decisions to make on the horizon. So you can keep on bullshitting in fantasy land or whatever land or wherever you are, goddamn. But you better make sure you peeking in on this shit that's going on in this earth plane, cause it's gonna blindside the shit out you. You hear me? Trump Section 8 policies changes 2025. Proposed 40 to 44% cut in HUD rental assistance. The Trump administration has proposed slashing approximately 26 to 27 billion, around 40 to 44% from the Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD, etc. rental assistance budget, which includes Section 8 programs. This cut threatens the housing stability of over 5 million people relying on vouchers and is already stalling affordable housing developments such as seniors housing project in Queens, New York, Queens NY. Introduction of the 2-year limit. The administration is pushing for a policy that limits rental assistance to a 2-year minimum, affecting able-bodied adults recipients. So all these people that have been taking advantage of that shit for generation after generation after generation, I hope you put something in place. You feel me? All of that bullshitting around for all them years and all them generations, I hope you actually was putting something in place just in case, you feel me, shit started running dry. You hear me? A New York University study warns this could displace 1.4 million households, mainly forcing families, mainly working families with children, and create major administrative burdens. Elderly and disabled individuals may be exempt. However, the guidance remains vague. Freezes, shutdowns, and policy uncertainty. Y'all ready? Earlier in 2025, the Office of Management and Budget, OMB, issued a broad funding freeze, halting disbursement of federal grants. So, for people to say, "Oh, we can get grants," they will say we got to keep up with a lot of this little stuff. Shit be going on simultaneously, and Cozmik, we doing our best to get to all of it. It's just so much going on all at one time. All right, so we'll get there when we can get there. Yeah, man. What's going on, Earth? Early in 2025, the Office of Funding freeze, halting disbursement of federal grants, including the Section 8. And so for Section 8, although the freeze was rescinded and Section 8 was verbally excluded, the abrupt shift caused widespread anxiety and disruptions among tenants, landlords, and housing authorities. And see, this is why we say, we're not just saying be self-sufficient, get out the matrix, stop depending on the system, because my nigga, if they how do you feel secure with somebody that could just turn your shit off, or they could just take your shit, or they could just and like I told y'all, god damn, man, these people are fucking businessmen. Y'all don't understand that shit, man. They are about their bottom fucking line first. They're not about humanity first. They're not about morality first. They're not none of that stuff, okay? They are about their bottom line first. So this Section 8 shit is affecting their bottom line, man. And they've been fucking off this country for so long with it printing up this bullshit money, what we call money, bullshit paper, that the inflation and the debt has gone so high. Now they got to do cutbacks on shit. They got to cut this from here, cut this from there. Because they got to what? Say it with me, y'all. They got to recoup money. They got to make up for the fuck-ups or the mismanagement of funds. Many Section 8's tenants and housing officials continue to experience ongoing anxiety, staff reductions, and operational uncertainty. So it's not just the person that's in the unit or the whatever, it's the staff, it's the everybody, because they're gonna be unemployed. Now you gotta go. Let's say you was somebody that been working in the Section 8 or for years, like 30, 40 years, 20 years, 10 years. You hear me? You want to make this shit your career, and now this shit about to be your job is about to be gone. Now what we doing? You about to start from zero again, man? You hear me? Unless you just go to another state, work for another Section 8 company, and still risk them niggas doing the cutbacks and shutdowns. You hear me? Okay, rolling back fair housing enforcement. The administration is dismantling fair housing safeguards such as disparate impact enforcement. Hold on, y'all. Puff break, puff break. Puff break, puff break. Puff break, puff break. Ding. Yeah, y'all, we gonna told you we gonna sweep all over, baby. Look, we about to get into these other countries doing all of this great stuff, all of these great inventions. I told y'all, I think it's China or Japan. They got a sponge city, huh? I think Japan is building a whole city on water and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, man. You know what I mean? So it's just Finland's doing stuff, Canada's doing stuff, everybody. You know what I mean? New what is it? New breakthroughs, or people saying that new under the sun. Okay, more modernized breakthroughs. And or what the fuck ever. You know what I'm saying? Okay. All right, what we have? Executive order. This is the executive order, y'all. So you know you can go check it out for yourself if you feel like it or not. Maybe not. Executive order 14281. All right, 14281, signed April 25th. So this is super duper ass recent. Overturns such liability in federal housing policy, combined with broader rollback tactics under Project 2025. I hope y'all was just like we said Project 2030, but y'all keep saying no, that's not a thing. Okay, it's conspiracy theory. I am telling you, and them and they and those. Go look up the what is the name of that shit? The financial group, or the what's the name of that bitch? The World Economic Forum. The World Economic Forum. That's all you got to do is look this shit up with these million billionaire motherfuckers. They having a conference right on YouTube in front of your face. Talking about this shit, fam. Combined with broader rollback tactics under Project 2025, these step backs weaken protections against housing discrimination, especially for racial minority vulnerable groups. Get the fan from me. Effects on Black women and their families. Black women, many of whom are single mothers or heads of multi-generational households, are disproportionately impacted by these housing policy changes. Risk of displacement and housing instability. Reduced funding and strict time limits could push Black women already navigating tough housing markets, wage disparities onto the brink of homelessness. Yeah, I mean, this is what I would say, man. We be thinking this shit is like, because see, we think shit is a game because we just be arguing about little, just like shit all the time, frivolous stuff. But stuff is going on. Like it's moving forward. The paperwork is signed. I mean, you know what I mean? So, I mean, I don't hear women talk about this. Now I do hear some women like Suit the Loot, Boys Watkins and Black Nubian Money and all them. They talk about how it's gonna be the job losses. Yeah. However, you gotta go into detail. We can't just glaze over it. Oh yeah, but there just be a bunch of women that's gonna lose jobs. Okay, so what are the effects of this shit? What's the trickle down effects? Which jobs are you talking about? You hear me? Look, a NYU, New York University analysis indicates a 2-year gap could displace over 1.4 million households, many of which include children and are led by women of color. So ladies, I mean, I'm hoping y'all, Maybe y'all will talk about this on Sacred Space, or you know what I'm saying? Because I don't hear this talked about enough. Erosion of protective measures against discrimination. Black voucher holders face higher rates of quote unquote source of income in quote discrimination. Landlords refusing Section 8 recipients. So ain't that some bullshit? So you already navigated through that goofy shit with enforcement rollbacks like the repeal of um disparate 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 impact protections. Such discriminatory practices are tactically enabled, further narrowing housing options for Black women. Heightened anxiety amid systemic instability. The January funding freeze left many feeling helpless and terrified of losing their homes. This hit vulnerable Black women especially hard, as seen in Boise and other communities where clients describe emotional crisis centered on housing insecurity, loss of community and support resources. Staffing cuts and HUD offices mean diminished local support for navigating benefits, resolving crisis. In NYC, for instance, New Yorkers, I don't even stay where y'all stay. Get the fuck out of New York, man. For instance, visit, have a little fun, get the hell out of there. Shit. The HUD office had just one remaining management level employee. Just one. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? The HUD office in New York had just one remaining management level employee, severely limiting access to it. Now imagine you and your Section 8 person or whatever, y'all cool and the fan and shit, you've been doing right and everybody good, and y'all, they getting you hook up and looking out, and then all of a sudden, man, the remix, they're gonna drop the remix on your motherfucking ass, and you ain't even gonna, he or she gonna be fired immediately, and you know what I mean, that shit is gonna blindside the fuck out your ass. And then you're gonna have to get a whole new damn worker, establish a whole new report if you even get one, or AI worker, ain't it? Because they're gonna put AI soon. Summary table, key policy shifts and their impact. Make sure you share this, man. Make sure you share this, because I'm pretty sure we know everybody that's using this type of stuff. Policy change: 40 to 44% funding cut. Direct impact on Section 8 users: shrinks voucher availability and affordable housing. Consequences for Black women and families: higher eviction risk, fewer options in competitive market. 2-year max on assistance. Direct impact: assistance ends early. Even if housing costs persist. Of course, the consequence on Black women: possible displacement, disrupts education, employment stability, funding freeze and uncertainty. Direct impact on Section 8 vouchers: widespread fear, stalled payments, planned disruption. Consequences for Black women: emotional distress, crisis in housing security, rollback of fair housing rules. Direct impact of discrimination enforcement weakened. Consequences to Black women: systemic housing inequities aggravated for marginalized groups. Operational staffing cuts. Impact: reduce access to support and guidance. Impact on Black women: greater struggle navigating bureaucracy and securing aid. Final thoughts: Trump Section 8. Proposed Section 8 reforms: massive budget cuts, time limits, freeze actions, weaken fair housing enforcement, risk dismantling a pillar of housing stability. The fallout would be especially devastating for Black women and their families, pushing them into housing promiscuity, limiting access to safe neighborhoods, and burdening them with emotional and administrative strains at a time when support is dwindling. So ladies, I mean, hey, do what you gotta do, baby. Do what you gotta do. You know, man. Reason behind the policy presentation: reducing federal spending. Trump's budget team argues that housing subsidies, Section 8, public housing, etc., are too costly. They frame the 44% HUD cuts as part of a broader effort to quote shrink big government, end quote, and reduce what they call dependency programs, quote, end quote. But that's why I told y'all. So y'all keep saying, oh, y'all saying that black power stuff. They are sick of your ass. Don't they realize that? They tired of you depending on them in certain facets. When they gotta, especially when they gotta put up the funding for it. You feel me? Okay. By placing 2-year gap on rental aid, they claim they're preventing people from staying on assistance, quote unquote, forever, end quote. Workplace incentives. That will filter out a lot of people, because I'm pretty sure the people that's already been up there 10, 20, 30 years, they're gonna, if you able bodied, they're gonna probably go ahead and you know what I mean, just get you up out of there, so they can go and create space to get people that's been on the waiting list for years. You know what I mean? Come on now, like, yeah, right. You know what I mean? This shit could be some immediate. So again, while y'all been electric sliding and doing the boots on the ground and all that dumbass shit, I hope your ass prepared for the remix. You feel me? Workplace incentives. The administration frames the new limits as a work requirement strategy, claiming that the long-term housing assistance discourages people from working. Trump officials argue that cutting off aid after 2 years will, quote unquote, motivate self-sufficiency, end quote, and push more recipients into workforce. Critics note this ignores structural issues like low wages, discrimination, and lack of affordable housing. Appeasing conservative base and Project 2025, end quote, agenda. These changes align with the broader Project 2025 blueprint, a conservative policy agenda that calls for cutting or restructuring welfare programs, shifting responsibility for housing aid away from federal government, roll back civil rights, and fair housing enforcement. It's designed to appeal to voters who feel government housing support is, quote unquote, unfair or, quote unquote, waste of tax money, end quote. Support for real estate developers and private markets. The administration is shifting towards a market-driven housing model, giving more freedom to landlords and developers. By rolling back fair housing projects and shrinking Section 8 budgets, landlords face less regulation and a long-standing demand on the real estate lobby, which has close ties to Trump. So of course a lot of landlords gonna be a lot more picky, because if you somebody that's, you know, has a track record of fucking up and yeah, you know what I mean, you gotta have a clean track record. They gonna check all that shit. Y'all know that. The administration highlights quote unquote abuse of the housing vouchers, end quote, to justify the cuts, even though studies show most recipients are working families, seniors, or disabled people. In short, the Section 8 policy changes were presented as a cost-cutting, work-pushing, government shrinking reform that aligns with Trump's political brand and conservative priorities. However, behind the rhetoric, the practical efforts target low-income renters, especially women and minorities, while favoring landlords and reducing government responsibility. So if your landlord start acting funny, you know why. Here's a solution and conclusion. Potential solutions for Black women and affected communities: advocacy for legal action, strengthen fair housing advocacy, work with organizations like NAACP. Why are you calling my phone? Okay, work with organizations like NAACP, Defense Fund, National Fair Housing Alliance, and local tenant unions to fight discriminatory practices and enforce rights under existing laws. I'm just telling y'all now, man. Look, y'all, I need y'all. I need y'all to please comprehend. If it comes down to their bottom line, I'm telling y'all, your ass got to go. I'm just telling you now. So you need to prepare ahead of time. Whoever they are, auntie, grandma, nana, whoever, you hear me? Challenge time limit policies legally. Filing lawsuits or class action complaints where the 2-year gap may violate federal or state protections could delay or modify implication. Community-based support systems, mutual aid networks. Black women and community members can reform local cooperatives to pool resources for housing, rent assistance, or childcare. Housing co-ops establish or expand cooperative housing models where residents collectively manage and maintain units, reducing dependency on federal assistance. Churches and nonprofits. So I say y'all need to start going to these pastors that y'all and white daddy that y'all be paying, a lot of y'all be paying and shit. You hear me? Remember what I told y'all? Hey, pimping ain't easy, it's greasy, baby, and it's always sometimes sleazy, huh? Partner with faith-based organizations or nonprofits to provide emergency shelter and rent support or financial counseling. Now, mind you, they get their money from the same motherfuckers. So if they cut their funding, trickle down effect. I'm just saying. So whatever, do what you want to do. Alternative housing programs, state and local subsidies. Some states and cities offer their own rental assistance program that can fill the gap left by federal cuts. So you maybe check that out. This is all the solutions now. Affordable housing developments. Advocate for investment in new affordable housing projects through the city council and private public partnerships, or just pool the money and raise the capital yourself and just buy up shit. Rent to own or co-housing opportunities. Programs that allow families to transition from renting to ownership can reduce long-term reliance on vouchers. Financial empowerment. Emergency savings and budgeting. Teach and support families in building small emergency funds to buffer against sudden displacement. That's where you gotta have that nest egg, man. You gotta have a little few dollars put up, man. Y'all be thinking that shit is just something to brag on. You need to have them few dollars put the fuck up. Whether you in Section 8 or not, whether you whatever or not, you ain't them all. They better have that motherfucking nest egg put the fuck up. Employment and skill development. Enhance access to high-paying jobs and vocational programs to reduce vulnerability to housing instability. Political engagement, voting and lobbying. Encourage participation in local, state, and federal elections, etc., etc. Public campaigns, raising awareness via media and community organizations can pressure policymakers to maintain and expand housing protections. Conclusion overview. Policy intent versus reality. Trump's Section 8 policy changes aid to cut spending, encourage work, and shrink federal housing programs while appearing politically to a conservative base, which means again, that's his investors. ain't it Earth? That's his investors. He's dedicated to the people that's putting up the money behind the scenes, man. In reality, they threaten housing stability for millions, disproportionately affecting women, single mothers, and working families. So while y'all out here fussing about, is you going 50-50? Let's do the line dance. Let's do the Nicki Minaj challenge. All this dumb shit. I mean, man, so much stupid ass shit is going on. It's so much more important shit to be focusing your energy towards. I'm serious. I mean, I'm very serious. These next 5 to 6 years is going to be a mother for what they say, the people say in the movie. It's going to be a doozy. It's gonna be a doozy for these niggas. I mean, seriously, B. Seriously, man. Like they think this shit is a game. Like, oh, Cosby just be talking. I just can't wait. Hey, because when you feel it, then it's all what. Now we overstand and we get it. Key effects on black women: increased risk of displacement or homelessness, reduced access to safe quality neighborhoods due to weakened fair housing protections, higher emotional and administrative stress. So women, y'all already complaining about you already taking on the world. We already got to take on two roles. We already got to. Guess what your ass about to have? You about to have more shit. Okay, it's about to be. It's coming. It's coming. From navigating a shrinking and uncertain housing system, actionable steps: legal advocacy for fair housing enforcement, community support co-ops and mutual aid networks, alternative housing programs and financial empowerment, reduce long-term dependency on Section 8, political or investment groups and susus. We're going to get on that. We're going to do shows on investment groups and susus. Ladies, y'all are, you black ladies, black women, I don't give a fuck how you feel. Y'all are the top spenders. Y'all brag about getting the money. It should be nothing for you to get this capital up, to raise the capital yourself. And get out of daddy's system, baby. What I be saying, goddamn, y'all motherfucker, depending on you loyal to this motherfucker system, man. You not loyal to your goddamn upliftment, your liberation, Broader implications. These policy shifts highlight systemic inequalities, race, gender, socioeconomic status, showing that vulnerable populations, especially black women, must proactively, you hear this, organize, advocate, and strategize to protect housing insecurity or to protect housing security. All right, so hopefully this was something for y'all, man. We got Who You With Wednesdays coming up later on, man. We're gonna be covering let me see, what is it, the effects of being in mommy mode too long, the effects of being in mommy mode overly too long or whatever have you. Y'all got it. You know, whatever. You get it. You feel what I'm saying? So, ladies, you the ones that, I'm dedicated to my children. My children come first. I'm mommy. You feel me? You don't know how to have some type of healthy boundaries and set limits and stay. Hold on for a second, y'all. Yeah. But yeah, if y'all would get out your feelings and stop being so triggered by y'all indoctrinations, you would see Cozmik has been giving y'all the playbook and the blueprint to a whole lot of this shit to be ahead of it. You understand me? You feel me? So this is what I say. You got to stop responding so emotionally and respond logically. Ain't it, man? All right, so this has been Cosmic Mind UV, and guess what? Empress Star, she gonna take you far no matter where you are later on Who You With Wednesdays. I'm the co-host. You feel me? We just told you what the topic's gonna be. And make sure, ladies, we look. Empress Star has went ahead, so it won't be no excuses. Created a space called Sacred Space just for feminine, melanated, black, indigenous, copper tone women to come through, women only, and let's build it up. Youth, girls, whatever. What's up, ladies? Where the collaboration at? That's why I say a lot of y'all be doing a whole lot of talking and ain't doing enough walking, ain't them, huh? Or they doing too much walking. They need to do some damn running. So speed it the fuck up either way. So I'm just saying, peace and abundance. This is the third show we knocked out. Make sure you support. Make sure you share. Make sure you donate to the channel. I mean, I know our channel got to be worthy of a donation. $5 something. You hear me? We almost up to what? 500 videos. Come on with it, baby. You know what I mean? This take dedication to do. This take time and space to do. You hear me? A lot of this stuff that I present, a lot of you may be familiar with it, but a lot of it is gonna hit you as some new shit. You feel me? You unaware of it. You hear me? So, or you, like I said, you aware of it, but you didn't know how in detail, you know what I'm saying, the shit was. And so for somebody to come through and facilitate, basically like a lawyer, when they able to read contracts for you or whatever type of shit like that. This is a service, fam. You hear me? Doing research, pulling this, doing that, doubling down on the research, checking, putting together a show. You feel me? This shit is not just, you know what I mean, just for play. So help us get the subscribers up to 500. Subscribe to the channel, share, get out your feelings, get out your indoctrinated ass feelings. Like I said at the start of the top of the show, Cozmik Mind UV was put together to awaken your fuck ass, not coddle you, not whitewash you, or whatever color it is, purple wash, whatever type of fucking wash it is. You hear me? Keep dumbing you down. It's not here to tell you what the fuck you want to hear. It's already enough of that going on. So once again, if you are expecting that, you know what I mean, you might want to go ahead and just scoop. You hear me? You know what I mean? Haul ass ASAP. So peace and abundance. And guess what? Cozmik Mind UV.